Today on Santa Monica Update.
Toot your horn and reach for the sky. It all happened at the first annual Dig It, the City Yard's open house. Stay with us and see what you missed right here on Santa Monica Update.
The future is looking bright for tourism in Santa Monica. Full story coming up.
Thanks to encouraged parent involvement and a great can-do attitude, dedicated band parent Mel Horn came up with this Creative Film Fest fundraiser in its third year.
We have these fun and interesting stories as well as more news in the city of Santa Monica in our show today. I'm Tina Chen.
Santa Monica Update, your source for local news in Santa Monica. Santa Monica Update starts now.
Hello, everybody. Pacific Coast Highway is going to be a difficult road for some time due to lane closures. The city of Los Angeles is constructing a pipeline called the Coastal Interceptor. It will divert polluted runoff from canyons, which now lead to Santa Monica Bay, and send it south to the Hyperion treatment plant. This will keep polluted water from reaching the beach in summer months. One lane of PCH in each direction is now closed from just south of Entrada Drive in Santa Monica Canyon to the Annenberg Community Beach House. The closures may last as long as a year. Now we have such good news. The Santa Monica Malibu Unified School District has graduated 93.5% of the 2013 class. That includes both Samo High and Malibu High. The local district gains were better than county and state gains, both of which also showed significant increases in graduation rates over the past 4 years. African American students, Latinos, students with disabilities, and socioeconomically disadvantaged student groups from the class of 2013 graduated at significantly higher rates than previous years. Malibu's graduation rate now stands at a phenomenal 97.2%, with Samo High at 96.5%. Congrats to our wonderful schools and our super successful students. What a growth spurt. In the past 25 years, the 3rd Street Promenade has become an economic engine for Santa Monica. In 2012 alone, the Promenade brought in more than $435 million to the city. So the city is planning celebrations through the spring and summer. There'll be picnics on the Promenade every Friday from noon to 3 p.m. Cinema on the street every Friday night from July 11th to August 15th. And a grand 25th anniversary celebration on the weekend of September 20th and 21st. To find out all about the celebrations, just go to santamonicacentric.com for ongoing info and news. Have you ever wondered who keeps the city of Santa Monica clean, beautiful, and just all around a great place to live? These jobs and many more are done by the City of Santa Monica Public Works Department employees. Recently, the City of Santa Monica celebrated National Public Works Week in a big way. And reporter Gail Choi says it was more funner than an amusement park.
It's a ride in the sky and let's make some noise. It's a place where girls hang with the boys. It's family fun with lots of things to do. It's the City Yard's open house. Get ready for something new.
It's the kickoff of Public Works Week, and it's an opportunity for the residents to come to the yards to see what the whole Public Works Department is all about. We have the recycling division, you have fleet and maintenance management, water, and it just gives them all the residents an opportunity to just check out what we do.
You may be wondering, just what is Public Works Week?
Public Works Week is a big thing, just not here in Santa Monica, nationally, and these type of events do happen in other cities.
So it's important for everybody to know what the city has to offer. It's fun to see how these things work, so that you don't just put your cans out and all of a sudden magically everything's gone, and all of a sudden there are wonderful streets and there's wonderful parks and stuff like that. We always like to see where things come from.
This is our first event, and it's the first time, and we were hoping for a small crowd, and we were very ecstatic when we noticed that there were more and more residents showing up. What we've learned is that the more activities we have, the better, more hands-on. Some of the hands-on booths are getting very, very popular.
Okay, so Sammy is 2.5, and every Wednesday when the trash delivery comes, he's out in the alley watching the garbage trucks come, pick up the cans, and all he wants to do is get inside and drive them. So this is really heaven for him. He loved that. So a few weeks ago, the trees were trimmed last street, and he's been talking about nothing else since. So this was a dream come true for him.
We anticipated that, actually. One of the things that's a highlight for the Resource Recycling Division is that we have a party truck. Residents can actually rent the truck to show up at their birthday parties, and the kids can get on and see exactly how they lift and dump those containers. So we knew that if that was going to be a big draw, so would all of the other trucks. So we have our street sweepers. Kids seem to love those. They come out, they wade every single day. So this is an opportunity for them to get up close and personal with some of those vehicles.
There was so much to do, see, and learn. Parents and grandparents took the opportunity to expose their children to the inner workings of machinery and more.
He's really interested in anything that moves. Engineering, aeroplanes, he loves it. So we just thought it would be a good thing to entertain him and bring him out for an hour or so and have a look around. So far it's been very good, very interesting.
We're just here to see what all Public Works have to offer as far as showcasing the services and resources that they have.
I just find it just interesting, just engineering and just, Public Works and stuff.
I think that everyone's really, really happy at how great this turnout has been. I'm just looking for bigger and better every single year.
Gail Choice, Santa Monica Update.
National Public Works Week is observed each year during the third full week of May. Mark your 2015 calendars because Dig It will return, and it's just going to keep getting better and better. That's what Gail Choice says, and I believe her. Sunny weather, beautiful beaches, world-class shopping. Santa Monica has it all. And this beautiful combination makes our city a natural hotspot for tourism. Recently, the Santa Monica Convention and Visitors Bureau hosted its 5th annual Travel and Tourism Summit, highlighting the economic impact tourism has on our beautiful city. Daniel Farias was on the scene and brings us his report.
Is it the 3 miles of beautiful beaches? Could it be the world-class shopping? Perhaps it's consistently perfect low 70s weather. Or how about the iconic landmarks like the Santa Monica Pier? Truth be told, it's a combination of all these things that makes Santa Monica the jewel of LA County. And every year, thousands of people come from both near and far to visit and spend their time and their money in our beautiful beachside town. The Santa Monica Convention and Visitors Bureau tracks just how much of an impact tourism has on the city and recently announced this year's results at the 5th Annual Travel and Tourism Summit.
Our charge really is economic vitality for the community, keeping employment up, making sure that the city coffers stay full, and that visitors have a good experience while they're here, and then looking after as well the balance for our residents so that, many of us live here, we're raising our children here. There's a balance that needs to be looked after, and we try to do that as well.
And obviously Santa Monica, when you're talking about inspiration, creating desire, we're supposed to create desire to inspire travel and tourism to the state of California. And gosh, Santa Monica, look outside the window if you can't tell on my face if I'm inspired.
For those of us who live here, well, it's easy to look outside and see just what makes Santa Monica such an attraction. But how much of an impact does Santa Monica really have on the tourism market statewide, even globally? Let's take a look at the numbers. 2013 was a landmark year for tourism, seeing increases across the board. Annual visitor spending jumped to $1.63 billion, an increase of 6.8%. Hotel tax revenue increased 7.6% for a total of $42.3 million. Visitor retail sales tax revenue hit $9.67 million, an increase of 1.8%. And, best of all, the number of jobs supported by the tourism industry increased to 12,908, a gain of 5.6%. That's a big win for Santa Monica because those are jobs that can't be exported and therefore have a direct positive and lasting impact on our local residents.
We've had a great year and we're looking forward to a very strong summer.
Everything's up right now. I mean, we're looking at the numbers in terms of occupancy, ADR, RevPAR, air traffic, welcome center traffic, employment. Everything is trending up.
From a tourism standpoint, I would say if we can continue delivering the brand promise and the experience that we do today, we should do pretty well.
So it's great news and impressive numbers here at this year's Tourism Summit. And with 300 days of sunshine here in Santa Monica, it's no wonder that its future looks very bright indeed. For Santa Monica Update, I'm Daniel Farias.
Remember, you don't have to be from out of town to enjoy all that Santa Monica has to offer. If you're looking for things to do, special events, and happenings around town, check out santamonica.com. The 1930s Art Deco Barnum Hall Theater was the perfect place to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Charlie Chaplin's hilarious first screen appearance. Reporter Tamara Henry found out why his tragic comedy silent movie called Kid Auto Races at Venice instantly made Chaplin the biggest star in Hollywood.
Mel Horn came up with this creative film fest fundraiser in its third year. Last year, Buster Keaton's grandson attended. Santa Monica High School Band has 4 concert bands, 2 jazz bands, and the Viking Marching Band.
Marching band is the band to be in.
Marching band is an amazing, it's like the best part of the year for me.
Go Vikings!
Tonight we have 5 amazing silent films and being accompanied by pipe organ played by Christoph Bull from UCLA. The reason we're doing it is there are maybe only 2 other high schools in the United States who have pipe organs in their auditorium, and we're very lucky here at Santa Monica because not only do we have a 1937 auditorium, we have this fabulous instrument.
Chaplin, Buster Keaton, and Harold Lloyd, all accompanied by internationally acclaimed silent cinema organist Christoph Bull, performing live on the famed 1921 Wurlitzer Theater pipe organ. He's been called one of the greatest organists of the 21st century, and he used to play for the First United Church of Santa Monica.
You know, we have silent movies, there's no talking in it, so I'll provide the sound. And I look at the movies and they inspire me to play something, and hopefully it'll be pretty darn great.
With silent movies, you have to have a lot more patience. It's a totally different experience, and I very much enjoy that.
I just can't believe that Charlie Chaplin would do that. It's like he invented a genre.
Yes, Charlie was one of the original pranksters, but it was all in the lighthearted spirit of comedy fun, which endeared him to the toughest of Hollywood critics. You gotta love him.
I should have borrowed the size 15 shoes for my grandson. Then I could walk like Charlie Chaplin.
A lot of people are really good friends, and it's kind of a family experience. It's really great.
This building here is a public works project, so old building, old films. I think it's just great, the amount of history we have here.
The film was shot with a live crowd, much like this one, just 2 miles from here, down in the heart of Venice, 100 years ago this spring. Reporting for Santa Monica Update, I'm Tamara Henry.
This silent movie festival is quickly growing in popularity, so make sure to attend next year's show at Barnum Hall. For more info or to make a donation, go to samohiband.org. Watch your speed. Check your speedometer when you're driving. The Santa Monica Police Department Traffic Enforcement Unit is focusing on unsafe speed violations this month. Please remember the posted speed limit may be too fast or unsafe depending on road conditions such as weather, visibility, and traffic. So take care to drive cautiously when the fog is in town. Well, that's it for this edition of Santa Monica Update. Now that spring is here, there are a lot more people on our streets, so please be careful when you're out in our city. Keep your eyes moving and stay alert to avoid mishaps. I'm Keena Chin, speaking for all of us at City TV. Thanks for watching. Check it out at the Santa Monica Public Library. Don't get conned, scammed, or swindled. Come to the library to find out more about protecting yourself from con artists. Written by a former Securities and Exchange Commission enforcer, The Vigilant Investor not only helps you protect yourself, but also provides a chapter that decodes the alphabet soup used in the field of finance. In the book, The Con, the authors team up to provide a primer on the topic of scams. It's not only fascinating and informative, but also very entertaining. There are also titles like How to Smell a Rat and Scam Proof Your Life. Also, for those who prefer the easy reading of large print, try There's a Sucker Born Every Minute, which covers the financial schemes and also internet scams and identity theft. Protect yourself, start by going to the library. For these and other books, audiobooks, downloadable books, CDs and DVDs, check out our online catalog at smpl.org.